if I told you that the Hulk's transformation requires the same biological process as a bodybuilder injecting human growth hormone? Or that the Flash would need to consume performance enhancers that Tour de France cyclists get banned for using? The comic books won't tell you this, but science will. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on superhero powers and matching them to real-world performance-enhancing drugs that elite athletes have been using for decades. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at your favorite heroes the same way again. But before we dive into this pharmaceutical superhero breakdown, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash the like icon. We've got some jaw-dropping revelations coming your way, and you won't want to miss a single one. Drop a comment below with which superhero power you'd want if you could take the enhancer for it. Now, let's get into it. Superman, the anabolic steroid king. Let's start with the Man of Steel himself. Superman can bench press the weight of the earth, fly faster than speeding bullets, and never seems to tire. In the real world, if you wanted to replicate even a fraction of Superman's strength, you'd be looking at a serious anabolic steroid regimen. We're talking about testosterone and its synthetic derivatives that professional bodybuilders have been using since the 1950s. Studies show that anabolic steroids combined with strength training can increase muscle mass and deliver strength gains of 5 to 20%. When you inject testosterone, you're flooding your system with hormones that promote nitrogen retention in muscles, inhibit catabolic breakdown, and literally force your body to build more muscle fiber. Superman's physique, those bulging muscles that can stop a speeding train, would require superhuman doses of compounds like testosterone, nandrolone, or stanozolol. To maintain Superman's 24/7 super strength, he'd need to be cycling these compounds constantly. His testosterone levels would be off the charts, probably measuring in the thousands of nanograms per deciliter, when normal male range is 300 to 1,000. The side effects? Mood swings, aggressive behavior, and potential organ damage. Sound familiar? Superman does have that temper when he's pushed too far. The Flash, EPO's poster child. Now let's shift gears to the Scarlet Speedster. Barry Allen can run at near light speed, and his metabolism operates at impossible levels. If the Flash existed in our world, he'd be the ultimate endurance athlete. And there's one performance enhancer that would be absolutely essential for him: erythropoietin, or EPO. EPO is the drug that's dominated cycling scandals for decades. This hormone increases your red blood cell count, which means more oxygen delivery to your muscles. Research shows that EPO can improve VO2 max by 10 to 15% and increase time to exhaustion by 13 to 17% in athletes. The Flash's power requires astronomical oxygen consumption. To fuel that kind of activity, Flash's blood would need to be saturated with red blood cells carrying oxygen at rates that would make Lance Armstrong's blood look anemic. His hematocrit levels, which measure the percentage of red blood cells in blood, would probably be at dangerous levels approaching 60 or 70%, when normal is 40 to 50%. That's thick, syrupy blood that in real humans increases stroke risk. But for Flash, it's Tuesday. Hulk, the human growth hormone monster. Bruce Banner's transformation into the Hulk is one of the most extreme physical changes in comics. He goes from a normal-sized scientist to a muscle-bound giant standing 8 feet tall and weighing over 1,000 pounds. In pharmaceutical terms, this transformation screams human growth hormone, combined with massive doses of testosterone. HGH is the holy grail of muscle building, because it doesn't just make muscles bigger, it actually changes your body composition. Studies on HGH administration show it increases lean body mass, reduces fat, and promotes collagen synthesis in tendons and muscles. But here's the wild part. HGH stimulates actual cellular growth and division. For Hulk's transformation, we'd need HGH levels that would make professional bodybuilders look conservative. The Hulk gains approximately 800 pounds of muscle mass instantly. Combined with testosterone at levels probably 50 to 100 times normal, Hulk's body would be in a perpetual anabolic state. His gamma radiation exposure essentially created a biological switch that activates a pharmaceutical cocktail we can't replicate. Captain America, the ultimate stack. Steve Rogers didn't get lucky with random powers. He was given a precisely formulated super soldier serum combined with Vita ray radiation. In modern performance enhancement terms, Cap is running the most sophisticated pharmaceutical stack ever designed. According to the official Marvel files, the serum increased his metabolism by 4 times normal, allowing him to burn 7,650 calories daily at rest. Let's break down what Captain America's serum would contain in real-world terms. First, testosterone to promote muscle growth and strength. Cap can bench press several tons, so we're talking super physiological doses. Second, EPO for enhanced oxygen carrying capacity, because Cap can run 13 miles in 30 minutes. That's a sub-2 20-mile pace sustained for a half marathon. Third, HGH for tissue repair and enhanced recovery. But here's where it gets interesting. The serum also enhanced his brain. Cap has near photographic memory and enhanced strategic thinking. In pharmaceutical terms, that's nootropics, cognitive enhancers that improve memory and focus. Compounds like modafinil, which is used to promote wakefulness and enhance cognitive performance, would be part of his stack. The serum basically gave him permanent, side-effect-free doping that would make WADA investigators weep. Wolverine, the peptide healing machine. Logan's most famous power isn't his adamantium claws, it's his healing factor. He can recover from gunshot wounds in minutes and regenerate entire limbs given enough time. In the world of performance enhancement, there's a class of compounds that mimic this on a much smaller scale, healing peptides. BPC-157 is a peptide derived from a protective protein in human gastric juice, and it's become famous in athletic circles for its regenerative properties. Research shows BPC-157 significantly improved muscle repair in animal studies, with some showing up to a 7-fold increase in growth hormone receptor expression in damaged tendon tissue by day 3. Wolverine's healing factor would require peptides operating at science fiction levels. BPC-157 promotes angiogenesis, the formation of new blood vessels, enhances wound repair, and accelerates collagen production. For Logan, you'd stack BPC-157 with TB500, another peptide that reduces inflammation and promotes tissue regeneration, and IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor that stimulates cell growth. Spider-Man, creatine, and beta-alanine power. Peter Parker got bitten by a radioactive spider and gained the proportional strength and agility of an arachnid. He can lift approximately 10 tons, which is about 20,000 pounds. In pharmaceutical terms, Spider-Man is the poster child for creatine and beta-alanine supplementation. Creatine is one of the most studied and effective supplements in sports science. It increases phosphocreatine stores in muscles, providing energy for explosive movements. Studies show creatine can increase maximum squat and bench press strength significantly, with one study showing a 20% increase in testosterone levels. For Spider-Man's agility and acrobatic feats, you'd add beta-alanine. This amino acid increases muscle carnosine, which buffers lactic acid during high-intensity exercise. Research shows beta-alanine supplementation reduced blood lactate levels by 24% after intense exercise and improved 10-kilometer running times. Spider-Man's ability to fight for hours without fatigue, swinging through New York without cramping, suggests his muscles have superhuman buffering capacity. Iron Man, nootropics, and modafinil. Tony Stark doesn't have biological superpowers, but his genius-level intellect and ability to focus for days while designing new Iron Man suits borders on superhuman. In pharmaceutical terms, Tony is running on nootropics and wakefulness promoters, specifically modafinil. Modafinil is an FDA-approved eugeroic that's become popular among high performers in Silicon Valley. It increases dopamine levels in the brain, enhances alertness, and improves cognitive function. Studies show modafinil can provide up to 11.5 hours of sustained wakefulness and cognitive enhancement. Tony Stark's all-night engineering sessions, his ability to solve complex physics problems while battling PTSD, suggest he's supplementing his natural intelligence with pharmaceutical cognitive enhancement. But Tony wouldn't stop at modafinil. He'd stack it with other nootropics for enhanced memory consolidation, increased alertness, and hyper-focus during critical moments. Black Panther and Wonder Woman, elite enhancement. T'Challa gains his powers from the heart-shaped herb, a plant that grows in vibranium-rich soil in Wakanda. In pharmaceutical terms, the heart-shaped herb is nature's perfect anabolic steroid. It would need to contain compounds that dramatically increase androgen receptor activation, promote muscle protein synthesis, and accelerate healing. The herb would deliver effects comparable to injecting 500 milligrams of testosterone weekly, but through oral consumption with zero side effects. Wonder Woman, meanwhile, is an Amazon warrior with superhuman strength and nearly unlimited stamina. Diana's cardiovascular system would benefit most from blood doping and EPO. Studies show that infusing just 135 milliliters of red blood cells can improve endurance performance by 4.7%. Wonder Woman's ability to sustain combat for extended periods suggests her blood is naturally optimized for oxygen delivery, with hematocrit levels at 55 to 60%. Combined with selective androgen receptor modulators for strength and durability, her Amazonian genetics essentially gave her permanent blood doping effects. The dark reality. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Every superhero power, when analyzed through the lens of performance science, has a pharmaceutical equivalent that athletes have been using and getting banned for decades. The strength gains we admire in Superman, that's testosterone and anabolic steroids. The Flash's endurance, EPO, and blood doping. Hulk's muscle growth, human growth hormone at dangerous doses. Wolverine's healing, peptides that are currently banned in professional sports. But here's the thing. We celebrate these powers in fiction while condemning them in reality. We love watching Superman lift impossible weights, but we vilify athletes who use steroids to recover from injuries faster. We admire the Flash's speed but ban cyclists who use EPO. The cognitive dissonance is fascinating. Performance-enhancing drugs exist on a spectrum. Some, like creatine and caffeine, are widely accepted and legal. Others, like anabolic steroids and EPO, are banned and stigmatized. But they're all attempting to push human performance beyond natural limits, just like gamma radiation, radioactive spider bites, and super soldier serums push fictional characters beyond natural limits. The takeaway. If superheroes existed and needed to rely on real-world performance enhancers, they'd be running pharmaceutical stacks that would make Olympic doping scandals look like vitamin supplementation. Superman would be cycling massive doses of anabolic steroids. Flash would need constant EPO and blood transfusions. Hulk would be injecting growth hormone and testosterone at levels that would kill normal humans. Captain America would represent the most sophisticated drug stack ever designed. Wolverine would be saturated with healing peptides. Spider-Man would be loaded with creatine and beta-alanine. Iron Man would be running on modafinil and nootropics. Black Panther would have access to the world's most perfect natural steroid. And Wonder Woman would be the ultimate blood doping warrior. The reality is that superhero powers, when stripped of their comic book origins, are just extreme versions of what athletes have been trying to achieve through chemistry for over a century. The difference is context, legality, and side effects. But here's my final question for you. If you could take any performance enhancer to gain a superhero ability for just one day, knowing the risks and the science behind it, which would you choose? The raw strength of Superman's steroids? The endurance of Flash's EPO? The healing of Wolverine's peptides? Drop your answer in the comments below, and let's see which power the audience craves most. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the pharmaceutical science of superhero powers, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your fellow comic book fans, and subscribe to the channel for more content that breaks down the impossible and makes it scientifically fascinating. Until next time, remember, with great power comes great pharmaceutical responsibility. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and I'll see you in the next one.